that he was there to make jokes and say, I want to get my hair cut too. Buddy, we don't want to get our hair cut. We want the people who cut hair for a living and the people who own those salons to go back to work.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Well, folks, I'm back at Queen's Park, where protest number 4 in a row has assembled. We have Ontarians here that are asking the Premier to be, treated like adults. They want to go back to work. They want to go back to school. And the message essentially is open up the economy, as in all of it, not just bits and pieces. But when it comes to Premier Doug Ford, he's saying, well, essentially, let them eat cake, let them make cherry cheesecake. Here, check this out.
If I wasn't Premier, I'd open up a cheesecake factory. Friends, stay safe, stay healthy, and these are some of the fun things you can do when you're self-isolating.
Yeah, so that seems to be the Premier's response in terms of handle a global pandemic. For me, I like coming out in the great outdoors on a beautiful sunny spring day like this. In any event, let's go in and talk to these protesters, see what they have to say. You know, the people that the Premier labeled 3 weeks ago as a bunch of yahoos. Yes. I don't blame you. Well, that was some magnificent dancing out there, ma'am.
Where about you? I want to see you dance now.
Oh, no, white men can't jump and they can't dance either, I'll tell you that much. So your sign says free immune boosting hug. Wow, has anyone turned down your offer of a hug?
I don't know. Can I have a hug?
Yeah, well, oh, Lady Menzoid, I'm so sorry. Premier Doug Ford wants you to stay inside and bake a cherry cheesecake. What do you think about that?
I don't know how to bake.
No, I'd rather be outside in the sun, getting my vitamin D. This is what's healthy for you. Staying indoors is not.
Well, first of all, vitamin D has been proven to actually boost immunity, along with all these other things that I'm into holistic health, okay? So, that's why when I get sick, I eat ginger, I eat garlic, I do stuff to boost my immunity. Nobody's talking about boosting immunity here. They're all just resorting to vaccines and lockdowns and taking away our rights and making us dependent on, the big corporations and the government. No.
Telling us to stay home, he's baking a cake with actual gloves, he's afraid of infecting himself or something?
Yeah, I'm not going to be in my kitchen baking no cherry cheesecakes. I'm going to be out here fighting for my rights, my God-given rights.
No, I plan on being out here and protesting on behalf of our freedoms and Canada's freedoms.
Come on, wake up, Doug Ford. Really. Go do a little bit of research on what an upside-down flag means.
Doug Ford, in his 2018 electoral campaign, his slogan was "For the People." Do you think that slogan resonates today, given all the restrictions that have been inflicted in Ontario?
No, it's a fraud because it's being used to his advantage. It's being used for big government's advantage. They take these things that mean a lot to us. It's just like McDonald's running a commercial that shows you all sorts of nostalgia from the past. It's resonating with you. It's making you give you the illusion of freedom, the illusion of democracy in this country, but there is none.
The political spectrum is basically run by one ruling elite. So it doesn't matter what the choices you have, they all lead to Rome.
As long as the majority is still sleeping and confused, they will use the majority as reasoning for them, basically trampling on everybody else's rights.
And the only reason why these people are in power is because the people are voting for them. And they want cradle-to-grave security, they want their welfare check at home, and they're not coming out here to fight because life is too comfortable for them right now.
But I'm here to take my rights. I'm not here to beg Ford for my rights. I have inalienable rights.
They take it away from us and then people are begging for it to come back and they just give us a little bit of crumbs. Okay, you can open up the parks now. You could go here now. Next week we'll let you get together with 10 people now instead of 5. What is this? It's stupid.
Power is like a drug. Once you taste it, you want more and more and more. It's a human behavior.
Tyrants will not give their power. I've seen what they do, including to kids. You guys are extremely important. Screw the mockingbird media.
The media system, the media has been hijacked. The CBC's become nothing more than Justin Trudeau's propaganda organ. Yeah, pretty much. The media itself has always been an extension of the government. It's always been infiltrated by the CIA, and they use the media to basically push their message. And they, the way they do it is that they completely repeat all day long until their lie becomes truth.
Hitler said in 1925, if you're going to lie, create a lie so big, so humongous, that people cannot believe that you have the guts to lie so much. And that's what happened here with COVID-19 and everything else.
Once the army took their guns off of us at the revolution, the next most important thing that we did is we took the television stations. Information is the most important thing when you want to overthrow somebody who wants to come after you, take your rights away.
There's a famous patriot, Joseph Howe. You know, freedom of the press didn't come easily in this country. 1832. Joseph Howe advocated for himself at his own trial, saying, leave an unshackled media as a gift to your children. Well, those freedoms are being taken away, and we need to wake up now before it's too late.
These are all things that your parents fought and died for, and now we're just letting it happen in our country, and we're not doing anything about it.
So they're using elements of totalitarianism, and they got a taste of that, and, well, quite frankly, they like the taste.
Of course they're using it because the presumption of behind this big politics today, the men in power, is that we are irresponsible, we are infantile, we have no idea how to live our lives.
They continue to say, wash your hands, do this, do that, but we know that. Let us be responsible for our own lives and stop telling us what to do. Just like in Sweden, you look at Sweden, the Prime Minister of Sweden told his audience that we're leaving it up to you. We can't legislate everything.
Exactly. But this is the problem with the political system today. They are our saviors. We see politics as our salvation. We're status. We are status to the core. We don't question the government. They think they love us and they look after us. They don't love us and they don't want to look after us. They want to control us.
This whole lockdown is way over the top, and it's hurting more people's lives than it's saving.
No one's going to shut down Swiss Chalet, McDonald's, Tim Hortons. But yeah, if you have those little mom and pop restaurants that I like to go to that employ like maybe 4 or 5 people, a couple waitresses, a couple chefs, they don't have any leverage.
And this is another thing that angers me so much, is that my chiropractor's telling me that the government is coming in and doing inspections because he's only allowed to do flare-ups and emergency, no maintenance. So what kind of logic is that where someone can go and bring their dog and get their grooming done and somebody can't go to their chiropractor for an appointment? They are breathing down his neck. They are saying that they're threatening him that if he comes up and speaks out against this pandemic, that they will terminate him and put him on review. Is that insane?
You know, it's interesting. Is there a way in which massage therapy can be conducted in a safe way?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we did 3,000 hours in school, and part of it is you have to learn universal precaution, how to not spread diseases. I see one patient at a time. You go to a grocery store and there are hundreds of people at once. I learned universal precaution, how to sterilize, make sure there's no cross-infection, and you think somebody who just learned in a few days in a grocery store knows that better than I do? It's ridiculous.
What we need now is for people, traditional Canadians, to wake up. And unfortunately, what we tend to see historically is people really don't get engaged until they really start to hurt economically. And perhaps we haven't quite got there yet.
And even new Canadians, they don't know that this country was founded on those values, those principles of freedom. So what we're seeing right now is an amnesia.
If we don't wake up and stop it, we're going to end up being in another banana country.
That's just how it is. It's sad, but eventually they'll wake up when the boot come knocking on the door.
People need to wake up. It's absolutely shocking what's going on.
The only thing that's going to defeat this apocalypse is the Canadian people are going to get up off their couches, turn off Netflix, and get out here and hold their signs high. And hold this sign high. Yes, it's upside down because we are in distress.
Freedom, 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 freedom.
Hey folks, have you seen the latest from the Clarion Project? It is an incredible story of a former hippie converting to Islam, becoming a wannabe jihadi, and then flipping again to become an informant for the FBI. It is amazing, and you can see the documentary in its entirety by going to rebelnews.com/Clarion. That's rebelnews.com/Clarion.